Hey, Goliathon Volunteer, this is Phil McFarland. I am here with Paul Stone.
What's up, guys?
We are going to walk you through how to be a volunteer at Hangman. Thanks for being here today. We're looking forward to seeing you on the course.
Okay, so here's how this obstacle is going to work. You're going to have a crew of people that you're working with, and one person of that crew needs to sort of be like the obstacle greeter. And you're standing out in front, welcoming people, seeing how they're doing. You know, you're into the race a little bit. People might be a little tired already. Welcoming them and making sure they know they're at Hangman. Making sure that they know the rules of Hangman, okay? So here are the rules of Hangman. All right, fairly simple, straightforward stuff. Each tier of this obstacle starts out with a wall climb. The G1 is obviously much easier and it gets much harder as you go. Once they start this obstacle, they can't try it again, okay? So sometimes people will say like, hey, can I just try the G2 and see if I can make the wall? Because if I can make the wall, then I can get the rest of it. The answer is no, all right? They got to take a look at it, size it up, and make a decision. Once their feet leave the ground and they start to go up that wall, then they've committed to that tier. If they go up 2 feet and they come back down, it's a failed attempt. They don't get to try any other part of the obstacle. They get to walk to the end and get their score recorded as a failed attempt, okay? So climb the wall, traverse the ropes, okay? They're hanging ropes on each tier. And you're going to get to a zip line at the end of the hanging ropes. On G1 and G2, the volunteer, you guys are going to need to bring the zip lines back to the participant. G3, the zip line will come back automatically. All right, at any point in there, if they're doing something they're not supposed to, if they're touching yellow, if they touch the ground and fall off, that's a fail. Okay, so you can be nice about it, but you got to say, I'm sorry you touched the ground, or I'm sorry you touched yellow. It's a failed attempt. And you ask them to get off of the obstacle, okay? So once they fail, they can't continue on through the obstacle, all right? Once they get to the final element, these are monkey boards, all right? And they can use their hands to cross the monkey boards to the landing pad, all right? Notice it doesn't say feet, which means they can't use their feet, all right? All these rules are very carefully put together. We do not want the volunteers, you guys, adding or subtracting from the rules. Even if you think it makes better sense, please don't do that. All right, we need to be consistent throughout the entire event. So follow the rules carefully. If somebody puts their feet up on the monkey boards at the end, it's a failed attempt, and they need to be asked to get down, and they get a fail at the end. All right, so let's take a look at the obstacle real quick. Walk on in here. We've got the G1 here. Obviously you can see the wall's pretty easy. They should be able to get up there. On G1 they're allowed assistance, so even if somebody's struggling here, somebody else can help them up. Okay, walk over to G2. The wall's a little more straight up and down. We've had participants say, if someone could help me just get up the wall, then I can do the rest of the obstacle. Well, that means they can't do G2, all right? So if somebody helps them, then they're out, okay? So it's a little tough when you're talking to someone and they just got help from their dad or something like that, and you say, I'm sorry, you helping your son causes you to fail the obstacle, but you got to do it. We need consistency throughout, all right? G3, come over here. Here's where you're going to see more yellow. Notice there's yellow on the sides, meaning we don't want people reaching around and grabbing the sides here. They need to be able to make it up the wall. They can use their feet on the wall, but it's just a climb on up, okay? All right, let's walk inside the obstacle a little bit. As volunteers, you're going to need to be in here seeing what's happening in the middle of this obstacle. You may need to spot people if you see them doing something too dangerous, okay? They're going to work across the ropes. All 3 tiers have ropes. Okay, they're going to come to the zip line. Notice on G2, G1, G3, they're not touching the ground anywhere in here. If they touch the ground, they're out. Okay, so they need to catch the zip line and they need to take it down without touching the ground to the monkey boards. Okay, again, they cannot use their feet in here and they cannot touch the ground. All right, they need to make it all the way to the end. Everybody that makes it to the end, they need to touch the landing pad first. Okay, they don't have to hit the landing pad perfectly, but it has to be the first thing they touch on their way down. Okay, Phil, what did I miss?
Don't forget that every person needs to be recorded in the app, even if they are a failed attempt. There's an option in there to choose failed or successful attempt. Every participant needs to be recorded. Thanks for being here, and if you have any questions on event day, just let us know. We will be around to check in on you.